Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fratello Talks. I'm your host, Nacho, and this week I'm joined by my colleagues
Morgan
and
Lex, who wondered what happened to the intro.
No intro. We're finally walking the walk.
This is the short form podcast
where we skip the intro,
exactly.
we actually skipping it.
Exactly.
Cool.
It's the first episode of 2024. So
skip the intro.
Happy New Year to everybody listening and watching at a timely fashion.
Happy 24.
And expect no intros. No intros.
Intros are so 20
for both.
No more intros. So
Exactly.
2023 intros.
Yeah.
Anyway, so today, because it's the first podcast of the year, the first episode of the year, we're going to be making some predictions.
Yeah,
and we're
also not doing a wrist check.
We will do the
anymore.
wrist check.
Okay,
we will do the wrist check.
that's
First
all as
topic
well.
on
Okay,
wrist check.
calm down, Lex.
No,
No,
it's
but
been a
that's
while.
the thing. Without an intro,
It's
I'm
coming.
so completely hyped
You
up.
were in Aruba spearfishing over the Christmas,
Yes,
right?
spearfishing. New
Wonderful.
spearfishing,
Yes,
that's,
perfect. And you were ballooning in the near the Himalayas, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mongolian steppe.
I just came back.
fantastic.
And,
What did you do?
I went to Utrecht.
well, it's not that fancy,
yeah.
but hey, that's fine.
No. Anyway, so we're going to be expressing some watch wishes for 2024.
Yes.
We're going to be making some watch predictions.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I think that's it. But first, let's do a little bit of wrist check.
Yeah.
Lex, what's that on your wrist?
I'm wearing my Chrono Swiss Time Master on a green ABP strap.
What is the diameter on that?
It's a 44 millimeter watch.
Oh,
but
reasonably
with the,
sized.
Reasonably sized, but it has very long lugs, as you can see, and also a humongous onion crown. So I think the width of this thing is, it's like, that's close to 50.
Probably. When the recipe calls for a large onion, this is the watch you take out of the box. Excellent. Perfect. Yeah, very cool watch. And Morgan, what is on your wrist?
It's an IWC.
Yeah, go.
Long name, like so long. I know, Lex, you're like making fun of me.
IWC
but you gave me.
Pilot's Watch Chronograph 41
I wrote it down.
Top Gun Mojave Edition.
Desert. You missed the desert.
Damn it.
So many.
So it's for you listener that want to have the real name of the watch. Sorry, Lex.
Okay, give
That's
it to
the
us.
IWC Pilot's Watch Chronograph 41 Top Gun Mojave Desert.
Wow.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rolls
Is
right
it
off
also
the tongue.
easy to wear?
Actually, it's pretty light. It's thick, that's for sure. But
Yeah, it's 15, right?
The color is not for everyone's taste. That's the thing. But it's good. It's good looking and it's easy to wear if you want. Yeah.
You're having a bit of an IWC moment. You're really gravitating towards the
true.
brand and
True,
its watches. But we'll talk a little bit about them later in our predictions, I believe. I'm wearing a big old Breitling.
Big old
Breitling. That's why I was saying
bigger than mine.
44 is very reasonably sized,
Yeah,
but
it
we're
is.
all wearing quite big watches.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
this calls itself the 41,
Yeah.
but it's 41.9.
Yeah.
Listen.
It's So, but this is a Breitling Avenger of a former generation. It's not nowhere near the current model. I believe this is a early 2000s model, and it is, I believe, the reference E13360. I believe that is the reference.
Yeah.
Could be wrong, but I think that is the reference.
I think
I should have checked, but I didn't.
Are
so
there people
I'm
out
committed to
there
it now.
who actually know Breitling references?
Well,
by heart?
not me, clearly. Anyway,
you own two.
I recently picked this up, and it was a watch I was always a little bit curious about.
It's lovely.
and,
It's lovely in a chunky.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Deal with it, and it's cool.
It's unapologetically a Breitling from the early 2000s, back when big watches were a thing, were much more of a thing than they are now. But yeah, I love it, and I'm really enjoying it on a classic.
Yeah, you also wore it on a Marine Nationale strap.
Yeah, on the
earlier this week.
NDC strap, the green with a little yellow stripe.
It was
down
also
it.
really nice on that one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to swapping back to that, I have to say. This is the NATO works really well, but that strap is fantastic. But yeah, let's jump into the topic today. So where should we start?
With Breitling.
I think we could start with Breitling, who recently, as we spoke in last week's episode, they acquired Universelle Genève. But what do we predict Breitling will do, and what do we predict Universelle Genève in its rebirth?
Yeah, that will take a long while, I
think so.
guess, for that to take.
Yeah, we
shape.
gotta let him cook.
It would probably revive the Paul Router, I think. It would be. I mean,
but that might not
the
be,
watch from the brand. You know,
It could be tricky to start off with the biggest
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I don't know. But I think with
that's
Breitling,
what would sell.
I think with Breitling, this year we saw the Avenger get a sort of a facelift and have
Super
a
Ocean
moment.
as well.
We saw the Super Ocean going this sort of vintage route with this big blocky minute hand. But we saw Navi timers, I believe.
Yeah,
Or was that
women's.
no? That was last year. I believe.
No, this year also for
Yeah, there were
women's,
the ladies,
smaller ones.
ladies Navi timers, and we also saw this. We saw a couple of chronomats, I believe, early in the year.
Yeah.
I think 2024, there's going to be, or at least it's a wish and a prediction, but I would love for them to revisit the aerospace and emergency corner
that would be cool.
of the seller, right? Like dust them off, take
Make
the
the
spider webs
emergency
off.
wearable again. I was never an aerospace fan, but I had an emergency in the past. The previous generation of this one, and that's actually. It was humongous when I bought it, but I think it was just 42. It had a very odd look and an odd shape, but it was just 42.
Yeah.
So they could do something like that again. That would be cool.
And then I think that they also have a lot of Breitling has a lot of room to create something in its sort of vintage chronograph kind of space. I mean, they have done that a little bit recently but I don't know. I think that we'll see some vintage reissues, that kind of thing.
But they are a volume brand.
Yeah.
Aren't
many
they not?
colors.
I think that the
SKUs.
Because what you've seen with the Revenge, the Avenger, the Revenger avenging the new one, which is much more sophisticated, and I really like the chronographs for particularly with these soft powdery dials that were inspired by
the Land Rover.
The green was the Land Rover, and then there was a desert and a gray blue as well. Is they will. The specialized stuff like the chronographs that were modeled after vintage stuff is just, I think it's just to keep the collectors happy and the connoisseurs
for sure. Yeah.
And then they will try and, because it's going to be a tough year, but they have a big name and they still appeal to a lot of people. So they have I think that they want to go as broad as possible.
Yeah. I don't think the formula will be too changed. They won't change the formula too much, but I think that we'll probably see some cool stuff. I think from Breitling. I think they'll continue sort of.
I was very, very positively surprised by the Avenger.
Me too.
It showed some subtlety and everything, and it was interesting.
Yeah,
it was interesting.
Yeah. Fantastic. So, shall we move on to our next brand? I think perhaps we could talk first about Rolex. Always hard to predict, of course.
Very hard to predict.
Very, very
Tricky,
secretive. And then perhaps make a couple of wild guesses or wishes or predictions about Tudor. So let's.
If I would do a wild guess, Rolex would be like a titanium Milgauss.
Oh, I think I wish
Milgauss
for
makes
me.
a comeback.
For me, it would be more than
titanium.
a wish, but going back to the first design of the Milgauss watch.
That I don't see, because normally Rolex doesn't do retro. Although
They did with the 36mm Explorer 1.
Yeah, but it was
They
still
went
the
back
new
from
dial.
39 to the
but
36.
that's not, I don't think that's necessarily retro. I think the latest generation of Explorer 2 is a little bit retro, because it kind of tries to catch the vibe of the Fratello. But normally they don't really do retro. They just, you could say that, but then the Pepsi on the Jubilee is retro. Yeah, but it's also like a complete evolution in terms of materials.
They could also put a ceramic insert bezel on an Explorer 2 watch instead of the brushed steel.
No, because then it's a GMT master.
Yeah,
so they won't.
But I do think
a titanium Milgauss makes
Titanium
sense
Milgauss.
from all kinds of perspectives. They won't do it, but it would be nice.
And I think perhaps something in the Explorer 2 family, because I think that those two models have been the same for a little while at this point.
It changed a little bit, but still the design stayed the same.
It's kind of if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of situation. I don't think there's much to be done there in terms of fixing it. I mean, I prefer obviously I'm on the record as saying I prefer
did a little bit of an
16-570,
update, didn't they?
There was. Yeah, they changed the hands. I think the hands were shiny. Now they're matte.
The movement also is different. The size is a little bit different too.
It's never been a very, very popular watch. So I don't think they're going to...
I think the Milgauss is now discontinued.
That's why also...
I think it's a good call that they are going to work on the Milgauss.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good call.
Yeah. Okay. Always tricky to predict. And how about Tudor? I think you had a guess.
Tudor, I have a couple of also wishes and guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I think they're going to work on chronographs.
Yeah, that would be the logical
because they
thing.
did a lot of dive Pelagos line and stuff. So don't get me wrong.
There was a lot of FXD this.
And this year FXD. I think also the FXD will be. They will introduce like chronograph in a more normal FXD case. Let's say because the FXD chronograph works well. Yeah. So I think it's gonna become.
Yeah, last year was the
another one like with the normal kind of like I don't know if it's gonna be titanium or whatever, but that could be the thing.
Yeah. Could there be a Blancpain chronograph?
Well, they have the two, but those are kind of ripe for being revisited.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit, I think.
But I really do see them working on that. A chronograph Pelagos, maybe I don't know. Yeah. And I would love to see maybe some GMT in the Pelagos line too.
That would be nice. They have the movement, so
true.
Why not?
So putting it in the Pelagos.
GMT in a Pelagos line.
I would love to see a GMT in something like a North Flag type.
Oh, the North Flag.
Bringing back something similar to the North Flag. And then put a GMT movement in there. But I don't know. Then you have the Blancpain Pro, which kind of stands in the way a little bit.
It's always tricky also to predict because they can go really wild.
Yeah,
if they want to. So that's nice.
I think, and then I think also in following up with the 54, I think there will be. I think that they're feeling nostalgic. I think Tudor is looking back into the archives and
like
sort
another homage wash. You mean?
No, like something to sort of.
How long
back.
do we still have to suffer from the retro trend?
You don't have to buy it.
The thing is,
I think as long as it works.
But it's difficult to find something that is actually avant-garde.
Yeah,
I think
that's why I wish for
very
the
difficult to find something.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the new Avenger, but even in the Avenger, they use the color that is mimicking blah blah blah, etc. Read the story. Yeah. So, but what about something that brings
like
us
a new design, like Rolex came with the Sky Dweller?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's been a while since we don't have a proper new design. I mean, the Blancpain Pro was kind of, but still took a lot of its roots from the Fratello, which is the first Explorer 2 for those.
1655.
So it would be good to see. I mean, and even the North Flag had some distinct features that we've seen in the past. But at least
that one is cool.
The dial, for instance, was completely new, and the color combination, etc., was very, very. But nobody wanted it. Now people kind of want it because it was the first in-house movement, etc., etc.
With the power reserve on the dial.
Yeah. So
that's the one thing I wish that would be gone. But
no, but I like the one. It's I think it was an integrated bracelet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could have it on
titanium.
That's it was a good-looking watch with an open case back. They might bring that back also.
No, they won't bring it back.
No, but something like a North Flag. Yeah. Maybe not that one, of course.
But South Flag.
Why not?
Yeah,
I prefer the West one, but
and then to move on to other brands. So, what do we think? What do we think we'll see from? I don't know. What should we do? Vacheron?
No, well, maybe IWC.
IWC,
What about the aqua timers, or what they call the thing is, I haven't looked at IWC dive watches for so long, and they haven't updated that collection for so long that I'm not even sure. Is it called the aqua timer? See, we go.
But you mean the one with the double crown and the inner bezel that you can turn?
Yeah, with the inner, the inner rotator. Yeah. That would be nice. Yeah. And I know that at a certain point it was scheduled to do, and then they chose not to because they thought an updated Pilots collection would be commercially more interesting. Yeah. if you look at the popularity now of dive watches, there's so many dive watches. There's so much you can do. I think they have the They have the movements to. They can do the whole range,
sure,
and then at the top of the range is going to be the deep. Are we at deep 4 by now? I think we are at deep 1, deep 1, deep 2, deep 3. Anyone something deep. To stand out,
I think a diver is definitely what we'll see. I think whether it's a revamp of something the brand has already, or if it's something completely new. But I think that we've had Ingenieur, we've had plenty of pilots' watches, and then I think a diver, a plethora of pilots' watches.
But that's good.
I think now
There's
it's
some that I like.
Yeah, diver from IWC. Why not? What about Tag Heuer?
Yeah, Tag Heuer. They're going to continue to produce watches. I have no clue with Tag Heuer. Maybe some glass boxes.
But maybe with the date at 9, something like that.
Could be.
No, I think right in the middle. Right in the middle.
No, but I'm not kidding. The date at night is an existing model, actually.
Date at 9?
Yes.
Why would you have
one sub-dial, dead at night. At 9. Yeah.
So looking into
it's a chrono. Is it a chrono? I'm not sure. It's a date at 9.
Right.
Yes, man.
Could be interesting. I mean,
I used to have dates at 9, but you don't have it.
No.
You used to, Now it's over.
Now it's 8:30. But I think perhaps looking like the brand did with the Skipper, sort of take something from the past and bring it into this modern form.
They will. What I think is clever about Tag Heuer is they have this very clear idea of we're going to do. Cheap Formula Ones with that, and we're going to do smart words with that, and then and also please a little bit of the collector, where the name still holds and still means
but these watches are our favorites for sure.
No, but the Mario Kart tourbillon that doesn't make any sense to us. But there is an audience,
and the connected watches. I think they'll continue to hammer it there. I think that those probably have some success with people who golf or who enjoy a connected watch
who
that's
have
a bit more luxurious.
Different. Look and
definitely not for the enthusiast, but hey, people out there would like that stuff. And then I think perhaps revisiting the diver. I think that the 2 years ago at Watches and Wonders we had this solar powered quartz
that was nice
diver, and then they released this professional model
that was also
with
very
orange dial. I think that
there were some nice models.
Now it's then this year was a little bit more of a focus on the Carrera because obviously the anniversary, and then I think then moving perhaps back to some dive watches. I mean, you can never go wrong with a dive watch, right?
No. But I have to say that the Carrera glass box and all of them, like
it's a great platform for them.
The gold one or the black, all of them are cool.
For sure. Expect some Ryan Gosling content.
We're going to see a Patek Philippe reference 5811R.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Write that down, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, then we're going to see a pink gold Nautilus.
Do you have a date for us? 31st of March. No. 7 a.m. sharp.
What day is this Watches and Wonders start? That's
beginning of April, I think.
It's
April.
Yeah. Falls in April.
That is that should be a logical. Color of the dial? Brown dial.
Brown dials. I think that's our general prediction. It's brown. The brown dial.
Everybody's talking about brown dials.
Yeah.
But am I a fan of brown dials? Do I have a brown dial?
They look good in a watch.
Do you have a brown dial?
And for good reason.
For good reason. No, but
that has a brown dial.
Yeah,
but I don't own it. But
it depends on if they want to mimic a chocolate dial that got patina. That's not my thing.
Brown
but if they want just to,
brown burst or
brown dégradé sunburst with a
pattern, with an enamel grand feu, in the kitchen sink.
But it actually now everybody's talking about brown dial. Okay, not everybody, but brown dials are a bit of a thingy, right?
What about a new root beer then?
We predicted to be the color of 2024, and we're not the only ones.
Are you sure about that?
But the thing is, it's not like new, because you remember, I think even was it Blancpain who did all the cigar watches, and there's so many.
Yeah,
there were quite a few
Panerai,
brown
PAM 55 from 2000. It's got a sort of tobacco-y dial, chocolatey dial.
There's also a speed.
So
master with the brown
but
dial.
that's also interesting because when they do it matte, like a mattish gray
really well.
brown, then almost bordering on taupe.
With brown less.
Yeah,
is
but this
more.
is completely different than the
Then
brown
it's
we're
nice.
talking
and
about.
also the Panerai brown is there's nothing wrong
It's
with
lovely, really lovely.
I think I just have a problem with shiny brown.
yeah,
Shiny brown.
it's odd.
But what do you think
What
about the...
what about Blancpain?
What about Blancpain? Well,
Oh,
I think they're going to do a smaller 50 fathoms.
No.
like in
Yes.
39, 40, you mean? In 39 or 40?
Probably 40. Yeah, that's something.
'cause
And
now
so
it's what,
after the year of the
44.5.
44, 5-ish something.
Very,
It's
quite
very, very large.
unwieldy, yeah.
So something like that. But
Okay.
what also would be interesting if they would just start doing Le Mans collection watches again. That is like a little bit of a sporty, traditional kind of thingy that is not as, I would almost say, old-fashioned as the Villeray.
Okay.
And but I think they should get away a little bit from the 50 fathoms because they really become this almost like a mono model brand.
Like Audemars Piguet.
Yeah, and Audemars Piguet clearly can afford to be
Brown dial.
Oh yeah, they're
Brown
probably
dial,
have a brown dial
brown
somewhere.
dial,
They have-
Royal.
They have all the colors.
But Travis Scott, that
Oh,
was the latest.
true,
brown,
yeah.
of
The
course.
chocolate AP.
Damn, you're right. Absolutely. Well,
Mic drop.
yeah. Oh,
You can't drop it. It's attached to it.
no, but that's true. Yeah, that was also brown. There's brown ceramic.
Yeah,
I really
there you
want to
go.
see that watch in the flesh. In
Yeah, I'm
the
curious.
matte,
I like it.
in the
It's-
ceramic.
it's
I
good
really
looking.
want to see
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
How about Omega?
Omega.
We're 21 minutes in. We haven't mentioned Omega.
We already know that there's going to be a wide-dialed Speedmaster Professional.
Well, Daniel
Yeah.
Craig was wearing one, so I think
It was not
Danny,
that subtle.
I think.
Danny,
I
my
think.
man, what
we'll-
did you do?
Unless he broke into some vault or had or was talking to Artisans de Genève, I think. That's.
Yeah,
Daniel
and we
doesn't talk
definitely
to
see the
us,
new,
no.
and we
No,
definitely
he
see the
wouldn't
new bracelet on it, on the pictures and everything. So
Yeah.
it might be the new one.
And of course, we're going to see some new Speedmasters. We're going to see some.
Gotta have some new speedies.
Yeah. Like
No more-
not limited
not a lot
edition,
of,
but collections. Yeah.
I want to see more Aquaterra shades.
Oh, do you
More
hear?
shades.
There's way more shades.
50 more shades.
50
of
Like
Aquaterra.
a brown 50 brown shades.
Oh my
They do
gosh.
have brown as well. Yeah. They also do. See, there's already a lot of brown in every catalog.
Constellation.
Oh,
Constellation.
That's
I
good.
Think,
Constellation.
Or
I
the
think
Globe
that's-
Master.
That's the name in the catalog. When you look, you have Speedmaster, Seamaster, and then you have Constellation.
You do have
And then you
Constellation.
have DeVille, I think, is in there
Yeah.
somewhere also. But I think that is somewhere.
I'm taking a look at
But I
you,
think-
Lex. You're like,
I think Constellation is the one that's ready for a bit of a dusting off.
is
and a
it
bit
is
of
it
a-
really ready? That's the question
Is
Lex
it?
asked.
Yeah.
Is it ready?
It's
Because I'm not
hibernated
sure.
for a little while.
I
No.
think that's just a slow burning evergreen. I think it's still doing pretty well.
Yeah, but I think it's about time to shake that tree and see what falls
Shake
out.
the Constellation. tree.
As you shake, okay, yeah.
Yeah. We have
know.
some Constellation fans.
Yeah, definitely.
amongst
We
the
had
effort.
many
Fratello.
Seamasters because it was the 70th anniversary.
There are many Seamasters.
all of them very blue, and they were cool. That was a kind of a cool concept for the collection.
titanium Ploprof.
Oh, boom.
Exactly.
One of my favorites.
So I think
awesome.
Cloprof.
What
once
about
you-
what about like
I won't say
the
anything.
regular? Sorry, no, the one you have, and that one in
Oh,
titanium.
Yeah, the 2254. That would be nice. They've done it before in titanium,
Yeah.
and I think bringing it back in titanium
Oh,
with
that would be
with
good.
maybe a matching metal bezel.
Yeah.
Could be nice.
And I would love them to rework on the bracelet.
and Olympic
Of the
year, so more
Seamaster.
stuff for the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the bracelet on the
Yeah.
Seamaster.
but,
Because now it's that how many links? 5 links, 6 links, 9 links?
I don't know.
9, it's a lot of links. 12.
But I would
12
love
link.
them. That's also a wish. I would love them to bring a GMT, not in
Yeah, like
45
a
or
good
whatever.
GMT, like a
good
yeah,
small
yeah,
GMT.
yeah, a
watch.
small GMT.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
that is something.
None of them are smaller than 44 in the
Exactly.
collection.
So,
and,
yeah.
and a lot of them are Planet
Yeah.
Ocean. We saw the dark gray, which
Yeah.
was very
Well,
impressive.
it's a good one. I mean, it's a good one. But I wish it was smaller, like bringing
Yeah.
some smaller watches into the.
Even 41, 42,
Into the
that would be
catalog.
that would
Yeah.
be that
Yeah,
would be
of course, yeah.
fantastic. And then if they go below 40, that could be also pretty
something.
nice.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
maybe a ranchero. Anyway, no rancheros, I don't think.
Huevos rancheros.
Huevos rancheros.
Oh, that's
definitely.
tasty.
Oh, fantastic.
That's
Fantastic.
tasty.
How about what other brands are there? There's no other brand. No.
I want
Chrono Swiss?
I want Chrono Swiss to bring the Time Master back.
Yeah. It should.
They should do something with this.
Yeah, that's a
They
good
have
one.
been doing something with this, but then in the wrong way, I think. So
Okay.
just something more affordable and smaller. Yeah, Vacheron. More 222s.
Yeah, they have to, right?
and
it has to happen.
stop making the 56. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
The non Poisson de Genève stuff.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
exit.
Yeah, no one's going to notice. Just
Yeah, exactly.
I have a guess. I think I'm right. I think that the Parmigiani Fleurier will bring more Tonda watches.
Then I have another one for you. More reversos.
I like the Tonda.
More reversos from Gigi Lecoultre.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What will Lange do?
Crazy stuff.
I've been walking through Watches and Wonders. I'm like looking at the booths. I'm like, there's Lange. There's.
Oh yeah, you're doing that.
We'll get to Mont
okay,
Blanc
okay.
next.
And you meet Chopard.
No, we
also.
don't.
Skip Mont Blanc.
Yeah.
It's closed anyway. Special
go.
guest.
Lange, they will do a Odysseys tourbillon, but it's a square tourbillon
With the brown dial.
and a square tourbillon with the.
Okay, no, but being a little serious, I think whatever Lange does, it's going to be
serious.
It's going to be fantastic.
Of course.
They can kind of do no wrong. I mean, we'll see. But how about Chopard?
I have no clue.
Well, they're going to be new Alpine Eagles. But what I really hope is that they will continue to push the more classic LUC line. Because they done some really stunning stuff with was the one with the officer's case. That was the greenish thingy. I forgot the name. But I think they do some really nice, sophisticated watches with great movements. Poisson Genève stuff. I think, that could be interesting. I was very impressed by the Alpine Eagle 41 XPS. Is that the
with the salmon
with the salmon dial? That was impressive.
That's really cool
stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
So that would be nice. What else do we have?
So I would say
Panerai. What's Panerai going to do? More radiometers, right?
Yeah, maybe. But I think the Luminor. I think they need to go back to the Luminor and do something there. Could be interesting.
Also
I
to
hope
like clean the palette, like they kind of did with the Radiomir, and then start fresh.
But I think we need some basic models.
Exactly.
Because Thomas was looking at the catalog the other day. I mean, it's been a while now, but he was like, if I want like a watch from, let's say, the Luminor or the Submersible or whatever, there's nothing really like simple. It's every time like, I don't know, sunburst dial, stuff like that, like colors, like not a classic black one, which is kind of weird because when you take a look at other brands, usually they start with the black and the classic ones, and then they go wild a little bit.
Yeah,
but it feels like Panerai is doing the opposite.
And they did it, but they did it with Radiomir. They kind of killed off a lot of references and then started over fresh. And the new ones, they
have this sort of less is more approach.
Yeah, I was really tempted the other day by this boutique only or online only Radiomir model. My God,
it was a brown one, I think. Was it brown?
I love brown. Such a distinct color, you know.
Very sophisticated.
Keeps me grounded. That's how I feel about brown.
Yeah, it's the color of the ground.
It's the
color of soil.
Of the wall behind you.
That's
beautiful.
Listen, we knew it all along. That's why we made the wall brown.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I would say let's head over to Japan. Let's take the red eye.
Yeah.
From Amsterdam to Tokyo.
Everybody
via Helsinki. Skip Helsinki.
Yeah, let's not fly Finnair. Let's.
Finnair was good.
Finnair was all right.
Yeah, it is. All right.
No, but so what do we expect from Grand Seiko and Baby Seiko and Little Seikos? Normal Seiko, just Seiko.
Yeah.
Limited editions.
No, inspired by nature.
Yeah,
no,
yeah, lakes, forests,
no, I think
snow.
I know. No, this year they're going to be inspired by office appliances.
Printers, water coolers.
Nice.
Right. Xerox machines. Yeah. Okay.
Like the Grand Seiko X Epson.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm buying that right now.
Doesn't fall for.
Nature's overrated anyway. No, but I think
exactly.
I think Grand Seiko, and again we kind of keep saying dive watch over and over again. I think we should do a podcast where we just say dive watch. But I think Grand Seiko is long overdue
to produce
making
a good dive watch.
They've done some good ones.
They
in the
did
past,
some this year
but
too.
I think there could be something really good from Grand Seiko.
Something that is actually better than a normal Seiko dive watch.
Well,
because now they don't have that. Actually.
No, and that Marine Master that came out end of last year, it's up there in terms of price. It's up there in terms of finishing. Yeah. It's quite Grand Seiko-y, but that might be sort of a step in that direction. Yeah. Who knows? And then from Seiko, I think we'll see some fun Seiko 5 limited editions. I think they'll keep playing with this GMT, the 4R34 movement, I believe it is, and just continue to produce great watches for people
for a good price,
people starting out or even veteran collectors that like some fun stuff. I think with the Seiko 5 line, they did some fantastic stuff last year with some models that harken back to classic
GMT
ones.
Was also very
the Navigator, that was really, really cool. So I think and then my wild prediction, something Pogue inspired. Chronograph, something Pogue. Yellow and Pepsi. Pepsi with a slice of lemon in it.
That's how I like my Pepsi.
Yeah.
And a dash of Jack.
Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that's one thing. And I think that's probably that probably just about covers it, right? I think that's as many predictions and wild guesses.
We can also do a 4-hour podcast where we go from A to Z.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I think that's it for today. A couple of little things for the podcast. We're going to be doing something new. We're going to be picking a listener comment of the week. And so if you comment something interesting or nice or insightful, or you give us your guess, something relevant to the topic, you might be featured on the show.
Wow.
Lex will read it out himself. No, I will likely read it out myself.
With the accent of choice.
No, we won't do that.
Just
RP,
read that?
RP, yeah.
And we're also going to try to light the candle every time because we have some comments and people get upset.
Yeah. Please send us candles. The P.O. box is... No.
Because we're running out of them.
We'll do a reader spotlight, highlight a comment without an accent. But yeah. So let us know your guesses for what you predict for 2024. Whether it's broader trends, whether it's for specific brands, specific models, let us know.
Yeah.
As always in the comments, remember to like, subscribe, and of course tune in next week for another episode of Fratello Talks. See you then.